We have a big announcement to share. Screen Time Math Challenge is now Screen Time Learning Challenge. We made this change because the app now includes an exciting new spelling mode. Since the app is no longer focused on math alone, we wanted the name to better reflect the broader learning experience. The new name also gives us room to expand into additional subjects in the future. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the app, highlight the newest changes, show you how the new spelling mode works, and give you an overview of the updated parent settings. When the app launches, you'll see the new Screen Time Learning Challenge branding right on the splash screen. First, let's take a look at the parent settings. We made several updates here to make the app easier to set up and use. At the top, you'll now see separate tabs for Setup, Math, and Spelling. The Setup tab is where parents handle the main app configuration. This includes authorizing the app with your device's screen time settings, choosing which apps to block, managing schedules, and setting up device controls. We also added a new setup checklist to make onboarding easier. You can tap through each step and make sure everything is configured correctly. The app and category blocking options work much like before. You can choose individual apps or entire categories to block on your child's device. One important new feature is allowed websites during downtime. I added this because there were times when my daughter needed access to school websites during homework downtime, but those sites were being blocked along with everything else. That meant I had to turn downtime off just to let her use sites like IXL, HMH, or Schoology. Now, you can create an allow list of approved educational websites. So, even during a strict downtime schedule, those selected websites can still be accessed. The device controls section is still available, and I highly recommend using it to prevent the app from being deleted. That way, your child can't simply uninstall Screen Time Learning Challenge to get around the restrictions. We also still have the Manual Shield, which lets you manually block or unblock apps when needed. Under Schedules, you'll still find options like bedtime and homework. We also renamed Interval Lock to Recurring Lock to make it easier to understand. This lock can be scheduled anywhere from 1 hour up to 24 hours. Now let's move over to the Math tab. This is where you set the number of math facts your child needs to complete in each session, along with the difficulty level. You can choose number ranges from 1 through 12 and select addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. At the top, there's also a new challenge mode setting. Parents can now choose between math only, spelling only, or both. If you choose both, your child will need to complete both spelling and math in order to unlock their apps. Now let's look at the new Spelling tab. This is where you can create and manage your child's spelling word list. You can type words in manually, or you can import them from a photo. If you already have a picture of a spelling list on your device, you can use that as well. The app uses OCR, or optical character recognition, to detect the words in the photo and import them into the list. Just like with math, you can set how many words your child must spell correctly in each session in order to unlock their apps. Right now I have 20 words in the list, and the app supports up to 30. If I set the required number of correct words to 5, then the first time the child plays, they'll be given the first 5 words in the list. The next time they come back, the app continues with the next 5 words. It remembers where they left off, so they eventually work through the full list over multiple sessions. If a child misspells a word, the app shows the correct spelling. Then, before the session ends, that missed word comes back again so they can try it one more time. This helps reinforce learning right away. Let me show you how the import feature works. I'll clear the current list first. At this point, I can either type words in manually or import them from a photo. In this example, I'm choosing an existing photo from my device. Here's a spelling list image. After selecting it, the app brings up a review screen so you can check the words before importing them. Sometimes OCR may pick up extra text from the page, so this gives you a chance to review everything first. You can uncheck any words you don't want to import, and if something was picked up by mistake, you can delete it completely using the trash icon. You can also choose whether to append the imported words to your existing list or replace the list entirely. If I choose Append and import the words, the new words are added to the current list. In this case, apple stays, and the other imported words are added below it.
You can still manually edit or remove words afterward. I do recommend tapping Save Word List after importing just to confirm the list is saved exactly how you want it. Now let's go into play mode. I currently have the manual shield turned on, so the blocked apps are locked. If I open Safari, most websites are blocked. But because I added IXL to the allow list, that website is still available during downtime. If I try to visit another site, like YouTube, it stays blocked. That new Allow List feature is a really useful improvement for school-related websites. Now let's take a quick look at how spelling works during a session. There's a speaker toggle at the bottom that turns spoken word playback on or off. One thing I do want to mention, the spoken voices come from the built-in iOS voice system. By default, some of the better premium or enhanced voices may not already be downloaded to your device. You can add them in your iPhone or iPad settings, and they sound much better than the basic default voice. In this example, I'm using Ava, which is one of the voices I downloaded. You can tap Preview Voice to hear what the selected voice sounds like before saving it.
Beautiful.
Once we start a spelling session, the child taps Hear Word,
Colorful.
listens to the word, and types the spelling.
Weakness.
If they get a word wrong, the app shows them the correct spelling. They can hear the word again,
Weakness.
continue to the next one,
Enjoyment.
and then the missed word comes back at the end of the session for one more try. Children can tap Hear Word as many times as they need,
Enjoyment.
which makes the experience less frustrating and more supportive.
Endless. Truthful. Weakness. Weakness.
After the spelling portion is complete, if the app is set to both mode, it automatically moves into the math challenge. Once the session is complete, the child can finish and unlock their apps, or they can continue practicing even though the apps are already unlocked. If they exit and come back later, the spelling list picks up where they left off.
Closeness.
For example, if the first session ended on one set of words,
Cheerful.
the next session begins with the next group in the list.
Spotless.
Parents can fully customize how many words are required in each session.
Beautiful.
Now let me show you how to add the enhanced iOS voices. Open Settings on your device and search for Voice. Depending on your version of iOS, the location may be a little different, but on this device it's under Accessibility, then Read and Speak, and then Voices. From there, choose English, and you'll see a list of voices available to download. These downloads are free. Many of the premium and enhanced voices sound noticeably better. You can preview each voice before downloading it. Once a voice is installed on your device, it will appear in the app's voice selection menu, where you can choose it as your preferred spelling voice.
Beautiful.
That's a quick overview of the new features. We updated the parent settings to make them cleaner and easier to navigate, added the new spelling mode, included photo-based word import with OCR, added allowed websites during downtime, and expanded challenge mode so kids can complete math, spelling, or both. My daughter has really enjoyed the new spelling feature. It adds variety and keeps the experience fresh. The math challenge was already helping, but adding spelling made the app even more useful in our daily routine. I've seen a real difference. Her math has improved and her spelling has gotten much stronger too. I no longer have to push her to study spelling words the same way, because now it happens naturally. When she wants to use her iPad, she practices her words, unlocks her apps, and the learning gets done. I hope you enjoy the new update and thanks for watching. Stay tuned, more improvements are coming soon.